And let's take a look at the starters for the Trojans. On the left, Blumenthal, Sam Clancy, Scalabrini, Brandon Granville, and Trepanier in the backcourt. Wall, Singletary, Agbai with Troy Bell and Kenny Harley in the backcourt for the Boston College Eagles. Henry Bibby, first 20-win season at USC. His team coming into this game 22-9, fresh off a 69-54 win over Oklahoma State on Thursday to advance to the second round. Meanwhile, Al Skinner's his squad comes in with a 27-4 record. They struggled against Southern Utah, winning 68-65, but Danny, mentally, Boston College, one of the toughest teams in the land.
Gus, they really did struggle. They shot the ball poorly. They didn't force very many turnovers, but they still were able to win the game.
Tom Rucker, Mike Sanzier, Sam Licklider. Boston College shot 32% versus Southern Utah. And they really struggled, rather, from the three-point line.
Got very few easy baskets, did the Eagles. As I said, only 10 turnovers they forced. They only got 2 steals, and the pace of this game is going to be a big key. Boston College really would like to get up and down. Southern Cal does most of their damage in the half court. We'll see which team can impose its style.
So here we go. USC in the burgundy uniforms, Boston College in white. Scalabrini draws Singletary inside Blumenthal. Jump hook with the right hand. No, but he draws the foul. And Troy Bell, one of the toughest guards in the country, struggled in the first half against Southern Utah, but a different story in the second.
You're right, Gus. This is a multi-talented young man. He can obviously score from the perimeter, got some key rebounds. He's an excellent passer. Boston College relies on him to have a big game. He did. He had a big second half, but I think he's going to need to be very consistent this afternoon.
Troy Bell in the first half, only 2 points, picked up 3 fouls. In the second half, however, he scored 16, winded up with 18 to go along with 9 rebounds. So David Blumenthal, no points, 3 rebounds against Oklahoma State. Gets the second to go, and the Trojans take the lead and come out in the half-court trap.
Little 2-2-1 pressure.
Boston College breaking it easily.
And then dropping back into a zone are the Trojans. The zone for Southern Utah really frustrated Boston College a little bit.
Here's Agbai. Nice look down low. Harley on the wheel. Off the back rim. Clancy with the rebound.
Clancy, the leading shot blocker for Southern Cal, Gus, and he likes to go after everything.
Sam Clancy, 22 points, 13 rebounds against Oklahoma State. His 7th double-double of the season.
Boston College in the man-to-man, and there's some tough matchups there. A big, powerful front line for USC.
Trepanier finds Clancy, swings it in front, knocked away, stolen by Bell. Troy Bell straight to the bucket, blocked from behind by Clancy, but he fouls it.
That's the way Boston College wants to play. They want to get some steals and get the ball down the court quickly. You have to give Clancy a lot of credit for hustling down on this. Agbai does a nice job keeping Clancy in front of him. Troy Bell goes after the steal. Clancy really hustles down, but commits the foul.
Troy Bell at the line, the Big East Conference Co-Player of the Year, along with Troy Murphy from Notre Dame. And Bell gets the first to go. Now coming up, some of you will see Cincinnati and Kent State or Georgetown against the Running Pirates from Hampton. A huge first-round upset over Iowa State. We'll get you to those tips. So Bell perfect from the line. Game tied at 2.
And here's Boston College with their full court pressure.
Sam Clancy, the point man, gets it over the line.
It's pretty good when your center is able to handle the ball in the middle against the pressure.
Trepanier from downtown. Scalabrini with the rebound, stripped, out of bounds. We'll stay right here.
Gus Scalabrini, 6'9", 250. Blumenthal, 6'8", 220. Clancy, 6'7", 240. That's going to be a tough task inside for Boston College. Agbai, the only starter who is bigger than 6'6".
Now Clancy dumps it down to Scalabrini, and the Trojans turn it over. USC, I tell you what, folks, they can really go after it.
Gus, they like to do it in the half court. Now, here you see 4 guys. There's the X's. Where's the 5th guy? Well, he's over there in the right-hand corner of your screen. But watch, this is the half-court set. And USC, the pass inside to Scalabrini, right back over his head to Trepanier. In the half-court set, they've got some guys who are really athletic, can get things done.
Kenny Harley turns the ball over. Now Granville into the front court, finds Clancy on the low post, and he knocks it down. 4-2 Southern California. Opening moments of the first half of play. Yuka Agbai gets the bounce.
Each of these teams has a center who can go out and shoot that little 15 to 18-foot shot, but there is the big danger for USC. They cannot afford to turn it over against this BC defense.
SC averages 14 turnovers per game, and Boston College generally forces 13. Here's the 2-3 zone being applied by the Trojans. Bell feeding the low post. Off the glass, too strong. Loose ball, tapped around. Claimed by Troy Bell. Now Harley steps up to the line and knocks it in.
BC had 30 offensive rebounds against Southern Utah, and Harley, after that offensive rebound, gets to 3.
Clancy picked, Walls to the basket. He's fouled.
And that's the danger of having your center handle the ball against the press.
That's right.
They got away with it one time before, but not this time. Clancy trying to dribble the ball, and Walls, just strips the ball and goes right to the basket. Granville with the foul. Granville can't afford to get in foul trouble. He's the best ball handler that Southern Cal possesses.
So Kenny Walls, a junior from San Francisco, California, went to Galileo High School. That's the same high school as O.J. Simpson. And his brother is a defensive back on the Boston College football team. His brother Lenny. Second free throw short. Granville with the rebound. And this Granville is a very crafty little point guard.
This is a very interesting point guard matchup. Troy Bell, one of the best in Granville. Folks on the East Coast haven't heard about him, but he is an outstanding point guard. All-time assist leader at USC.
Scalabrini leans in. Back shot. Trepanier with the tip dunk. Jeff Trepanier, the 40-inch vertical leap. And it's an 8-6 game, Boston College.
Boy, you sure got to get a body on him, and nobody from Boston College did.
Skip pass, Troy Bell deep in the corner, rises. And the rebound goes to Scalabrini. Outlet pass, Trepanier. Watch out! Again!
Gus, we talked about USC wanting to play in the half court, but they will take the opportunity break. And when Trepanier's running down on the wing, that's about the best opportunity you can get.
Tell you what, this Trepanier, folks, looks like he's jumping off a trampoline. He can really sky.
Gus, it's hard to imagine, but coming into this tournament, he only had 12 dunks on the year. Scalabrini
with the rebound. Granville the other way. Inside, Blumenthal splits the defense, and the baby hook with the right hand. So David Blumenthal, his first basket in 2 games, gives Southern California a 2-point lead.
And Southern Cal has not been passive when they've been in the zone. They've been very aggressive. They're in the man-to-man now.
Bell with the step, changes his shot. A foul inside. And it will go against Clancy. And that'll be his second. No.
Agbai,
an offensive foul. 15:32 to go, first half of play, 2-point SC lead.
Hello.
Come home early.
I can't. I'm working.
I lit some candles.
I'm swamped.
I bought Bud Light.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Come again?
Yeah, he's got a pencil lodged in his...
Seems like they were thinking about it from the beginning.
In the 1930s, they built their first safety test vehicle. In 51, they patented front and rear crumple zones.
In 1960, they patented their safety steering system
and pioneered anti-lock brakes in 78.
In 1997, they built a more crash-compatible SUV.
Now they have vehicles with 8 airbags.
Because one thing has always been most important.
To the architects of the internet, a bubble is a beautiful thing. Bubble technology from Agilent helps optical networks move at mind-blowing speeds. How does it work? Quite well, actually. Agilent Technologies, dreams made real.
Shift's up. What do I need to know?
Let's see. Lakers are up by 3 in the fourth quarter. You got a low-pressure system brewing in the northeast. The emergency room's in chaos because of a bus accident. Rebel forces are under attack, and Paige is carrying John's baby, but she doesn't know because she has amnesia.
Good shift.
Good shift.
We love this stuff, even more than you do. Now get the best in home entertainment with a $200 mail-in rebate.
He had a vision. I wanted it all my life. And a dark secret that could destroy his family. Oscar-winner Louis Gossett Jr., Lynette McKee. For Love of Olivia, premieres CBS Sunday.
Those of you living in Washington, D.C. in the Tidewater area, we have Georgetown Hampton coming up for you in a bit. Gus Johnson along with Dan Bonner. Already, this has the makings of a great one.
Boy, it sure does. Boston College wants to get up and down. Henry Bibby told us yesterday that he thought Southern Cal tried to play in the half court, but they haven't done that so far. They've gotten up and down very effectively, and I'll tell you, Trepagnier, he mainly gets up rather than down.
Now Granville picking up the dribble. Feeds Scalabrini. Inside, Clancy. Sam Clancy will go to the line. And look at Jeff Trepagnier in motion.
Just because you say you want to play in the half court doesn't mean you don't take advantage of opportunities that are available. Scalabrini, an excellent passer, and Trepagnier can really, really not only run, but get up in the air.
(10-8). USC on top of BC. The first ever meeting between these two schools. Walls picks up his second foul, and Sam Clancy at the line. First team all Pac-10. Second one short. Hustles down his own rebound.
That was so short, BC didn't have a chance to block out.
Weak side rebound, Scalabrini, and another new shot clock. Now Bluthenthal inside. Elevates.
What a great play by Scalabrini. How many times, Gus, do you see a guy get an offensive rebound and just force it back up? Scalabrini dribbled outside, created an opening, and then found Bluthenthal inside.
Agbai steps out, pulls up from 8 feet. An air ball into the hands of Scalabrini, his fourth rebound. Now Granville.
USC has been very, very aggressive on offense. Henry Bibby's out by half court telling him what to do.
8-0 run for the Trojans. Granville down the lane. The kick, Trepagnier sets and hits. A three-pointer for Jeff Trepagnier. He has 7 points. USC on top 15-8.
And USC, as we mentioned, has not been content to lay back in their defense. They have been very, very aggressive.
Ryan Sidney in the game for the Eagles. He's a freshman from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Now Xavier Singletary from downtown. Rims out. Scalabrini snatches it down. His fifth.
Boston College struggled against Southern Utah shooting the ball, but 30 offensive rebounds bailed them out. They're struggling shooting here early, only 2 of 9, and they are not getting the offensive rebound.
Now Granville on the fade. Rebounded by Bell. Bell pulls up, count it, and the foul.
What a big-time play Troy Bell makes right here. You just sense this game getting away a little bit. Bell freezes Granville with that dribble, and then Granville commits the foul.
So Troy Bell at the line, a native of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Averaged close to 36 points in high school, but really did not receive much attention from the Big Ten. He told me that Clem Haskins and the Minnesota Golden Gophers kind of offered him a courtesy scholarship. So he decided to come play for Al Skinner at BC. 15-11.
Set the freshman scoring record in the Big East last year, and amazingly enough, he's gotten better this year.
Averaged 20 this year. And the Trojans turn it over, their 5th. Here comes Harley. Sidney inside, Agbai turns and hits.
Well, that's a good job by Agbai to get his body right up against Scalabrini and not give Scalabrini a chance to go for a block.
A foul on the sideline. Kenny Harley.
Agbai at 6'8" can be a very effective inside player. He catches that ball already in the lane. And even though Scalabrini is a little bit taller, he cannot afford to let Agbai catch the ball in the lane area.
Here comes John Bierbaum as Harley takes a seat. Harley picked up his first foul. 2-point game. A 3 versus a 6. Trepanier on the hop. Tapped around. Claimed by Troy Bell. And Bell has his pocket picked right into the hands of Bierbaum, who misses the chippy.
Well, I tell you what, bodies flying everywhere. Agbai limping up the court. Scalabrini goes down. Granville very nearly picks it up. And I think Granville's hustle is what caused Bierbaum to miss that shot. He never really got a good handle on it.
Now Singletary in the corner. And Troy Bell will reset the offense. Granville giving him plenty of room. Bierbaum steps back. Clancy with the one-hand rebound. His 3rd.
That is really not Bierbaum's game, that outside jump shot. USC laying off of him for a reason.
And look at the rebounding. The Trojans up by 6. Inside, Clancy. And Sam Clancy now with 4 points, 17-13. USC on top of Boston College.
USC doing an awful lot of switching in their man-to-man defense. It's almost zone-like.
Sidney hard around the corner. Draws the foul. Timeout on the floor. Sam Clancy working hard, making himself big in the pivot.
This company invested millions developing a sure thing. Unfortunately, it was not such a sure thing. Over 3 very long nights, the software helped them to analyze sales and customer feedback to quickly re-engineer the sure thing. The software is not flustered by this sudden turn of events because the software does not fear change. Always nimble and ready to rumble. Enterprise software from Microsoft.
Tostitos? The exhilarating taste of Tostitos spicy quesadilla tortilla chips. It's fun for everyone. Dig in, kick back. Tostitos.
No matter where you go in the world, space is at a premium.
So United now offers extra space wherever we go.
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up. Free.
A free pickup? Wow. They ought to be number one.
They are number one.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
One legendary late-night talk show. One legendary stand-up comic. No two-drink minimum. Dave welcomes Jerry Seinfeld performing all-new stand-up Wednesday on The Late Show.
Back here at Nassau Coliseum, Southern California leads Boston College 17-13. Dwayne Ballin here. Henry Bibby and Al Skinner go way back. When Bibby was with the Knicks as a player and Al Skinner played for the New Jersey Nets as a player, they would spend the off seasons together playing one-on-one to work out and stay in shape. Later on, they played together in 1979 and 1980 with the Philadelphia Sixers. Since then, they have remained very close friends. Matter of fact, they spend a lot of time together at the Final Four. Funny thing was, guys, Bibby told us he couldn't figure out why at the Final Four, Al Skinner always had those big suites and he had small rooms.
Matter of fact, Al Skinner won an ABA championship on this floor when he was with the New York Nets, and he told us the other day when we spoke to him that he hoped there was a little karma left in this building for his team. Now Granville, the lob to Trepanier, taken away by Troy Bell. Sixth turnover for the Trojans. Bell pulling up from 16. And Scalabrini with another rebound, number 7.
Bell only 1 for 4 in the early going, and that's on top of a 5 for 16 performance on Thursday.
Granville gets a good look. Scalabrini the rebound and stick back.
And USC, Gus, with 5 offensive rebounds, and thus far in the game, they are really wearing out Boston College on the board.
Boston College. The Eagles wore out Southern Utah on the boards in the first round. A turnover. Trepanier looks weak side. Scalabrini got it again. USC, they are all business to start this one. Largest lead of the game, 21-13.
Gus, for the most part, they're making really good decisions on the offensive end. Nice little stop and pop by Scalabrini.
Now Singletary. Can't get it to fall. Bluthenthal with the rebound. Boston College, 4 of 15 from the field, making 4 of 16. 1 of 5 from downtown.
Boston College, I think, playing a little bit too quickly on the offensive end.
Now Clancy. Bluthenthal frees himself with the step. Draws the foul.
Scalabrini does a great job going to the basket. The one time we saw him get the offensive rebound and kick it back out. That time the shot, and now this time coming down on the fast break. The nice job to get himself under control, catch it and shoot it in the goal.
So Brian Scalabrini, a senior from Enumclaw, Washington. 7th all-time leading scorer for the Trojans as Bluthenthal gets the free throw to go. His nickname, Red.
Wonder why.
Not Big Red or Little Red, just Red. He shaved his hair off during the Oregon game as a piece of motivation for this Southern California team.
That's right. Henry Bibby told the kids that before that game that he wanted to know what they were willing to do, what symbol they were willing to make of their sacrifices.
Here's
he shaved his hair.
Singletary, rejected. Sidney leans in, count it. Rather, it's going to be an offensive foul.
Boston College really struggling to get the ball close to the basket, and when you've got a guy like Trepanier, watch Trepanier come in. My goodness, gets himself set and goes back up. Now he realizes the play's still going on. Got back on the court, but the charge.
Trepanier tight roping the midcourt line.
BC's going to need to get a stop.
Here's the high pick and roll. Granville, double team, top of the key. Scalabrini, the kick. Bluthenthal. Book it.
Outstanding passing by Southern Cal.
Southern California rolling. Bluthenthal with 11. They're up 26-13.
A tradition unlike any other.
Marco Mira!
The Masters on CBS.
The 16-valve twin-cam Grand Am SE. Built with the enduring strength of hydroformed steel. Because only the strong survive. The Grand Am with solid form design. Now you can lease a 2001 Grand Am SE for as low as $229 a month. Call for important lease details. See your Pontiac dealer today.
You've awakened to the true power of e-business. Do you have the software to manage it? If not, consider this your wake-up call. Our software manages more e-business than anyone else on Earth. Hello, tomorrow. We are Computer Associates, the software that manages e-business.
Is there an insurance company with a 148-year history of proving that your trust is not misplaced? Without question, the St. Paul.
Three at the door.
Welcome to the Miller Lite Racing Garage. This could be your chance to win the ultimate race fan experience.
Grab your Miller Lite Racing VIP hard card, and you could be the lucky winner who gets to race by day and party by night. You'll fly to Vegas and spend all day learning how to drive a stock car. And after a few laps around the track, you and your friends will get to hang out in the party pit at the Miller Lite Racing Garage. So pick up your Miller Lite Racing VIP hard card in the specially marked packages at Miller Lite. Taste the victory. It's Miller time.
Brian Scalabrine has done a great job attracting the attention of the defense. Watch as he dribbles down in the lane. The Boston College reaction, and then great passing by USC. The defense goes to him. You get the ball right back out to Blumenthal. Trepanier, excellent unselfishness, passing up the first shot, getting it to a wide open Blumenthal.
David making up for lost time. No points against Oklahoma State. Fouled out with 3 rebounds. And he is 3 for 4 to start this one, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Now Sidney in the corner to Singletary. 10 to shoot. Troy Bell. Sidney forces it up. A brick. Blumenthal with the rebound. Here comes the speedy Granville, and he'll pull it out. Sidney gets a hand on it out of bounds.
For USA, number 2, Jarvis Trimmer is in the game. He replaces Sam Clancy.
26-13, USC on top of Boston College. Scalabrine again. Inside, Blumenthal all alone, fouled hard. David Blumenthal heads back to the line. 4 for 4 to start this game.
Guys, when you're a player of this caliber and you go through a game where you don't score any points, which is what happened to him on Thursday night, certainly want to get out there and make amends, and he's making amends in a big, big way.
Third leading scorer on the team. Clancy averages 17. Scalabrine averages 15, and Blumenthal averages 13. He's close to that average right now.
Second best three-point shooter on the team. Outstanding free throw shooter.
Second one good, 27-13.
And Boston College desperate for a basket right here. The Southern Cal defense really has served to confuse the Eagles a little bit. They line up, they look like a zone, but then they switch.
Beer bomb hanging in the air, kicks it out, Bell hits.
And he had 2 guys running at him, one of whom was Trepanier. What a great shot by Bell.
Troy Bell with 8 points. 27-16. Here comes the three-quarter court trap. Turner in the front court, knocked away by Beerbaum, out of bounds. Last touch by SC. Troy Bell keeping the Eagles in it.
Oh, on March 23rd, the whole country
That was you on the internet.
will say it isn't so.
So you cut a lot of hair?
I guess so.
Can you feel the pain?
Say it isn't so. Rated R. Friday.
Look, Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Ellie's renting again. And Enterprise picked her up again. She said Enterprise picks her up free. Free? Free. Now that makes renting easy.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. Infinite possibilities. Kind of like when you first got the internet. But now, slow logons and disconnects are really holding you back. Free yourself with the AT&T 7/7 offer and get unlimited internet access and long distance together. Only $7 a month gives you AT&T WorldNet service with the fastest logon times and better connections. Plus 7 cents a minute long distance all day, every day. Call now for the AT&T 7/7 offer.
1, 2. I know you feeling this too. When I say what you gonna do, you tell me do the do. When I say what you gonna do, say it. Do the do. When I say what you gonna do, say it. Do the do. Now everybody from the front to the rear. Wanna see you put your hands in the air. Don't be your mouth and do right over here. The taste sensation.
That's what I call crowd control.
World domination on every TV and radio station. Do the do.
We didn't have to offer side impact airbags on all our new Saturns. We didn't have to make those airbags the kind that are designed to help protect your head, just like the ones that come in Mercedes and Volvo. We didn't have to. That said, we did.
South to south pit, stroke, check, check.
Love the competition on Survivor? Then don't miss this challenge. Brutal days, sleepless nights, survival of the fittest. 48 hours, Wednesday.
Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg in our studio in New York. Southern Cal with the lead on Boston College. We'll get you back to Uniondale in a moment. First,
the Trojans shooting 58%, 10 of 17. Boston College struggling, though, from the perimeter.
Gus, they're really having a hard time figuring out this defense. Now USC throws it a little different little wrinkle, trapping out of the zone.
Inside Ross, taken away by Turner. But he steps on the baseline out of bounds. Now Sam Clancy checks back in. Scalabrini takes the seat.
Gus, and USC has done an outstanding job on the boards thus far. 18 rebounds for the Trojans to 5 for Boston College.
Troy Bell along with Harley in the backcourt. Ross, Sidney, Beerbaum in the front court for the Eagles. Harley gathers himself, comes up short, tapped around. Trepagnier had it, taken away by Bell, and he knocks it down.
Troy Bell now has 10 points in the game, Gus. He is totally carrying Boston College at this point. Boston College looking for some steals. They stole the ball a couple of times early.
Inside, there's a steal. Beerbaum to Sidney, to the bucket. A little too strong. Tapped around. Trepagnier gets it. Cross court, Granville. Back to Trepagnier, strip. Troy Bell. Now Sidney with Beerbaum. Harley. In and out, but Sidney right there.
All of a sudden, the game is taken on the pace that Boston College wants to play, up and down. Southern Cal has to avoid getting in this kind of a game, and Henry Bibby's going to get Scalabrini, an excellent passer, up off the bench.
6:23 to go here in the first half of play. Southern California up 27-20 over Boston College. A 6 versus a 3. Now Trepagnier.
Boy, Trepanier's really having a good game. 9 points already. Henry Bibby told us yesterday if he could get 3 or 4 of his guys playing at the same time, his team would play pretty well. He's got 4 different guys who have scored thus far in the game.
Bell cut off on the baseline by Turner. They squeeze him in the corner. He throws it up, and Ross, the lucky man there. Beer bomb from downtown. It's a three. John Beerbaum, normally he wouldn't take a shot like that, but it goes down for him there.
17% three-point shooter on the year, so if you're Southern Cal, you're not sorry that he shot the ball. You're just sorry it went in.
And Trepagnier throws it cross court out of bounds. 10 turnovers for the Southern California Trojans. Let's take a look at the game summary.
And those turnovers coming in bunches. The key to the game thus far, this rebounding number, 19 rebounds. That has really enabled the taller Trojans to control the tempo of the game. But suddenly Boston College has it going with their traps and creating some turnovers. USC back in the zone again.
Ross steps back. Loose ball. Granville knocks it out of bounds.
And the Eagles, even though they've been behind in the game, they're really not out of the game as long as you have a guy like Troy Bell who come in, take the ball away from 4 guys, and power it up to the basket.
BC on a 9-2 run. And Trepagnier stepping into the passing lane, almost coming up with the steal. The Trojans have led by as many as 14. It was a 27-13 game. And an interactive tournament experience with fan polls and game features, audio clips and video highlights. It's all at the internet's home of college basketball, cbs.sportsline.com, or AOL keyword CBS Sportsline Basketball.
USC showed a zone, but now they go into the man-to-man, and Trepagnier is going to pick up the foul against Troy Bell. When Bell sees a guy like Trepagnier guarding him, even though Trepagnier is a good athlete, Bell realizes that he is so good with the dribble he can get by, and that time he goes by Trepagnier, forces the foul.
Ross checks out. Beerbaum back into the game. Under 5 to play first half, 29-23. USC.
Trojans in the man-to-man. Do a lot of switching in that man-to-man, so it has a lot of zone principle.
Here's Beerbaum pumping and grinding, and a foul. Scalabrini from behind is second. And that is the 6th team foul against the Trojans.
It's a good job by Boston College to get the ball inside to Beerbaum, put some pressure on those big guys for the Trojans inside.
Now Harley across the lane, runner, short, rebounded, Singletary. Boston College has trailed by as many as 14 in this game, but they're getting back into it by way of the full court press. 29-27, USC.
The 16-valve twin cam Grand Am SE. Built with the enduring strength of hydroformed steel. Because only the strong survive. The Grand Am with solid form design. Now you can lease a 2001 Grand Am SE for as low as $229 a month. Call for important lease details. See your Pontiac dealer today.
CBS Sports coverage of the entire NCAA basketball tournament is interactive through Ultimate TV. 29-27. Southern California on top of Boston College. And this press causing a lot of problems. Knocked away. Harley straight to the cup. He's fouled by Scalabrini. And that is turnover number 12.
And 3 fouls on Scalabrini. Boston College has picked up the tempo defensively, Gus, but Henry Bibby's team simply has not done a good job handling the ball. One of the things you have to be against pressure is strong with the basketball. Granville picks up the dribble, no place to go, and then doesn't fight his way through that double team.
Harley gets the first. What do they need to do to break this press?
Gus, one of the things that they need to do is get some people passing the ball. You don't want to be dribbling into the trap, then picking up your dribble. And unfortunately now Scalabrini going to the bench is one of their best passers.
Turner back in. Harley gets the second, ties it at 29. BC on a 16-2 run.
There's a new 270 horsepower beast on the road that's more powerful than Jeep Grand Cherokee or any SUV in its class. Introducing the powerful and luxurious Bravada by Oldsmobile. Now get a 5-year, 60,000-mile GM protection plan on the 2002 Bravada and every new Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile, backed by GM.
Blue from American Express.
We're back. Bill, your whole business is going wireless. Can you retool to keep up? Well, Bob, we have an 18-month infrastructure plan. My guess, you've got 6 months tops. Can you do it? Well, we're evaluating several options. Can you say right here, right now, that you'll be wireless ready in 6 months?
Uh-oh. Don't do it, Bill. Remain calm.
Well, if we need to do that, we can do that. There you go. And the street's going to hold you to that, Bill.
And that's when it hits you. You are so ready for IBM.
Oh, Bill.
I need a car.
Shopping for a used car will never be the same.
No, a convertible. A red one. With under 15,000 miles.
Welcome to Autotrader.com. With 1.5 million used cars updated daily, it's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
You couldn't help me with a loan, could you? Can we help you?
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
How did a Florida bean picker get to live like this? By going to law school and becoming one of America's richest lawyers. 60 Minutes, Sunday.
Many times the press is a thing of the mind, and Boston College certainly in the heads of USC. Watch right here as Granville, he's really looking the other way. Scalabrini throws the ball inbounds and hits him almost in the shins. You don't necessarily always need to steal the ball. You get the other guys playing faster than they want to, Gus, and mistakes like that one happen.
Last 7 possessions, 6 turnovers. Clancy dribbles it over the line. Finds Bluthenthal, who draws the foul. And Al Skinner has really turned this program around. Take a look. Boston College 11-19 last year, 27-4 this season.
And obviously that's one of the biggest turnarounds, taking a team with a very poor record one year and leading them into the NCAA tournament the next year.
So Bluthenthal at the line. Ross calls for the foul. In and out, Singletary with Sidney with the rebound.
Gus, it's absolutely incredible how the whole tempo in this building has changed. SC could do nothing wrong early in the game, and now they're really struggling with their confidence, in Boston College hitting on all cylinders. The Trojans in the man-to-man, and they're still trying to switch as often as not.
Bell on the crossover. Block. And a blocking foul called against the Trojans. Here's Dwayne Ballin.
High school being among the top 250 players in the country when they were in high school. Sidney is down on the floor, Gus. We're going to go check on him right now.
All right, Dwayne. So Ryan Sidney, the freshman from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
And the point that Dwayne was making about this Boston College team, people talk about the power conferences and the mid-majors and the various kinds of players, but talking about Boston College and none of the guys out there for Boston College being considered among the top 250 recruits, that's an amazing credit to these young men. Sidney just got his knee taken out. Troy Bell came right down and rolled across.
Ryan Sidney played with Michigan star Lavelle Blanchard at Ann Arbor Pioneer. He gets up slowly. Brash young man, very articulate, and very, very confident. And he is a big, big member of this team coming off the bench.
Take a look right there, Ryan Sidney, and his eye is on the basketball, and that's where your eyes are supposed to be. And he's not paying any attention on. Suddenly, down goes, that's Turner, the guy who got the foul. It's almost like cutting him down on an illegal block in football, Gus.
Shot block. Sidney on the bench, and Troy Bell gets the first to go.
And the reason that Sidney gets hurt is because he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. You watch the basketball out there. He's trying to get himself in position for a rebound. Never saw the block coming.
Second one rims out. Bluthenthal with the rebound. Boston College with a 1-point lead on a 17-2 run after trailing by 14.
And of course, once you miss, you can't set the pressure.
Clancy, turnaround jump shot, in and out. Loose ball, Turner keeping it alive. It squirts out, tapped by Bluthenthal to Granville. Granville, nice look to Turner. He swoops in and banks it home.
And that's justice in there. Turner did a nice job keeping that ball alive, and he's the one who gets the basket. Al Skinner having to go with a little bit different lineup. Ross in the game makes him a little taller, but not nearly as athletic.
Trepanier with the steal. Saves it from going out of bounds. Trepanier, 94 steals last year for this Trojan squad. Set a single-season record.
Gus, and it's interesting. The last couple of possessions, suddenly we're playing half-court basketball again.
Granville thought about it.
And the half-court game, a little bit more what SC wants to do.
Here's Trepanier, dribble penetration. 7 to shoot. Granville on the move to the bucket, blocked by Ross. Rebounded by Brian Ross.
Troy Bell looking over to the bench to Al Skinner.
Bell pulls up from downtown, off the front rim. Knocked out of bounds and will head the other way. And Dwayne Ballin has an update on Ryan Sidney.
Gus, I just spoke to Ryan. He said it was simply a matter of a lot of pressure on his leg when they fell on him. He's fine. You see him re-entering the game right now.
It will be hard to keep that freshman off the floor. That's 5 points against Southern Utah, all in the second half of play.
Looked like he was testing his leg, Gus, and he's limping. Sidney's not running very smoothly out there.
Inside Turner, turnaround jump shot. Fouled. Don't forget, coming up at the half, presented by Singular, Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg with Scores and Highlights Plus live look-in. Cincinnati, Kent State, Georgetown, and Hampton.
Pretty good performances earlier in the day, Gus, by both Duke and UCLA. They've each earned a trip to Philadelphia, and that's what these teams are out here trying to do.
As Turner gets the first one to go. He was granted a medical red shirt, missed most of last year with a foot injury, a fifth-year senior, and he's the only Trojan with NCAA tournament experience. Was on their 97 team that got knocked out of the first round by Illinois in Charlotte.
Some important contributions by Turner with Scalabrini on the bench looking for some offense, and he's provided it.
Here's Sidney down the lane, loose ball. Clancy grabs it with under a minute to go.
Boston College, when they've had to play the half-court game, they really have been in a great big hurry. Sidney that time taking it right at the all-time shot blocker for Southern California. That didn't really work out very well.
Granville drives the baseline with the step. Trepanier steps back. Bluthenthal rebound, goes strong to the basket and draws the foul. David Bluthenthal is on a mission today, folks.
Ryan Sidney back in the game now, but here he takes the ball, turns the corner, but unfortunately turns the corner against Sam Clancy. Clancy over there doing a nice job deflecting, or at least deterring that shot. He didn't get his hand on it, but he forced Sidney to change it.
Leg looked okay on that shot.
Always looks better on offense, Gus.
Bluthenthal 5 of 7 from the line. Gets the first to go. Young man played in the Maccabi games over the summer in Israel. Strong, aggressive rebounder. And a terrific first half for David Bluthenthal. 14 points.
Gus, and I'll tell you what, Boston College, a huge run against USC, but USC has now responded. They've scored 6 points in a row.
Robert Hutchinson, a sophomore from Albany, Georgia, wears number 4, guarding Troy Bell. And he has his hands full. Ross. Good to shoot.
Good aggressive defense.
Kenny Harley. 5 remaining in the first half. Harley's got to do something. To the bucket, leans in, draws contact.
This is a great job by USC to keep the ball away from Troy Bell, but Kenny Harley is a senior veteran, takes the ball hard to the basket, does a nice job jumping into Clancy, and Trepanier obviously upset. You can see the reaction.
Second foul on Clancy. So Kenny Harley at the line. The first player to sign with Boston College after Al Skinner took the job, replacing Jim O'Brien, who went to Ohio State. There's Coach Skinner, a legend at UMass as a player. Second one off the mark, and that'll do it. David Bluthenthal, 14 points for SC. Troy Bell had 11 for Al Skinner's Eagles. And at the end of one half of play, the Trojans lead the Eagles 35-31. If you're Henry Bibby, are you pleased?
I think that you're pleased with the way your team reacted at the end of the half after getting a big, hard punch.
Here's Dwayne Ballin with Coach Bibby.
Coach Bibby, you're able to get more players involved in your opening round game. You're overall happy with the first half?
Well, I'm not really happy because, we turned the basketball over, and we shouldn't. I don't think the press was that much of a factor, but we just were careless with the basketball.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you.
13 first half turnovers for Southern California. However, they head into the locker room with a 35-31 lead.
One of the things that Henry Bibby told us yesterday when we spoke to him is that if he could get 3 or 4 guys to play, then his team would be fine, and that's exactly what he's gotten. That's that multiple threats graphic shows you. They've gotten contributions from not 3 guys, but 5 guys.
Scalabrini playing with 3 fouls. Here he is.
He only had 4 points, but he had 8 rebounds and 3 assists in that half.
Granville with the pivot and the bounce. First basket of the game for Brandon Granville, the junior from L.A. Boston College comes the other way, and it's snatched down by Clancy.
Gus, and Boston College in a bit too much of a hurry in the half-court game.
Granville, Scalabrini, Clancy, Bluthenthal, and Trepanier on the floor for the Trojans. Here's a backdoor! And Granville throws it behind Trepanier.
Maybe behind a little too high. I didn't think he could throw it too high for Trepanier, but he did.
Now Troy Bell. 11 points in the first half inside. And a whistle. Traveling. Called on Agbai. Moments ago, Dwayne Ballin talked to Boston College coach Al Skinner.
Coach Skinner, what adjustments do you make in the second half?
Well, there's really not a lot of adjustments. The biggest thing is that we do a better job of rebounding the basketball. They had a lot of second shots that turn into scores or fouls against us. So hopefully we'll do a better job on the glass this half.
How concerned are you that your main post player, Beerbaum, has 3 fouls going into the half and you were out-rebounded in the first half?
Well, that's a big concern, but again, we can make the adjustment if we got to just do a better job on the backboards, and hopefully we will.
Thank you, Coach Skinner. Good luck in the second half.
Right now, BC not doing a great job on the boards as Clancy slams it in. 39-31, Clancy with 6 points. Troy Bell, rise and fire, and hits.
Gus, he is keeping them in the game. Every time it looks like USC is about to pull away, Bell hits a big basket. I'll tell you what, in the half-court offense, I think he ought to be handling the ball most of the time.
Troy Bell with 14. Clancy, diagonal pass to Trepanier.
And that's a better job by USC than we saw earlier in the game. They're not trying to beat that pressure with the dribble. Nice passing that time.
Here's Clancy, quick turn, in and out, but he draws the foul. Let's take a look at the halftime stats.
Gus, one of the amazing things, Boston College is a team that shoots 46% on the year, and in 3 halves of basketball here in the Nassau Coliseum, they've yet to get over 33%. 25 rebounds for USC. And even though Boston College getting it done in terms of points off turnovers, they're struggling in other aspects of this game.
Boston College, 52 rebounds against Southern Utah, 30 offensive. Different story today with Clancy and Bluthenthal and Scalabrini controlling the defensive glass. Clancy misses a pair, gets it back, and draws another foul.
And that's 4 fouls against Agba. And Boston College really in trouble now because Beerbaum had 3 fouls at halftime. Agba had 2 at halftime, and he picked up 2 back-to-back.
Clancy right now struggling from the line, 0 for 4. Make it 0 for 5.
Well, you've got to block out the shooter, particularly when it's Sam Clancy, the leading rebounder out here. And they just don't do a good job, the Eagles that is, and then Agba picks up the foul trying to block the shot. That's not a good play by Agba. You have to realize that you've got the 3 fouls. Maybe that's one you just let go.
Clancy all over the place with his free throw shooting today. And look at the rebound margin the first round as opposed to tonight. (39-34) USC inside Beerbaum. Bluthenthal with the rebound.
That's a good place to go. Beerbaum a little too anxious with that one, though. Scalabrini's got 3 personal fouls. Beerbaum probably can operate effectively if he just takes his time.
Trepanier working the sideline, banks it on an angle off the glass.
And one of the problems for Boston College is they can continue to struggle to find ways to score. If they're not going to score, they can't set their pressure, and their pressure has been their most successful aspect today.
Trepanier with 17 on Thursday against Oklahoma State. He has 11 right now. Bell dumps it down. Pull-up jump shot is off the heel for Walls. Trojans break out the other way. And a foul, offensive foul called against Granville. His third.
You credit this to Troy Bell, who does a great job running next to him and just gets pushed off right there. That is a tough call against Granville. But boy, when you have the other team on the ropes, you don't want to let them off with fouls like that. Henry Bibby doesn't think it's a foul. And he's still talking to the officials about it.
Kenny Harley driving straight to the basket, blocked out of bounds by Clancy.
And Clancy has something to say to him.
And the bracket here in the East, USC, BC, the winner takes on the winner of the Iowa-Kentucky game coming up next. Walls, weak side, Troy Bell, double team, dribbles out of it.
That's great patience by Bell.
2 to shoot, Harley, and air ball shot clock violation.
That's a 35-second shot clock violation.
8th turnover for the Eagles. Sam Clancy all over the floor.
Bring in your appetite, people. Applebee's all-you-can-eat riblets are back. A one-of-a-kind smoked riblets. All you can eat. It's got to be Applebee's. Eating good.
No matter where you go in the world, space is at a premium. So United now offers extra space wherever we go.
This company was showing its age, but it discovered a new market opportunity. Alas, its data was locked in systems that were showing their age too. The company feared they would have to replace the systems. Instead, their new software allowed them to quickly transform them. The software is neither humble nor vain with its facelift. Always adaptable and eternally youthful. Enterprise software from Microsoft.
Introducing the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
All the great players in the past have wanted Augusta. To stamp, boom, on your career as being something very, very special.
The Masters on CBS.
And to look at the game summary, USC shooting 56%, Boston College 31%. The Eagles are 1 of 6 here in the second half of play. Troy Bell, he has broad shoulders, 14 points. He's been the only scorer on this team thus far.
Nobody else has more than 6 for Boston College, and with the exception of that 17-2 run in the middle of the first half, this game has, by Boston College, this game has been dominated by the Trojans.
Granville inside, Blumenthal taken away by Singletary. Now Beerbaum drives to the basket, blocked by Trepanier. Offensive foul called against Beerbaum, his 4th, and that is a questionable call. Let's take another look at it.
It's not a good decision by Beerbaum to take this ball on the dribble. He's got Walls over on the wing, and you don't want your big guy dribbling down into the lane.
That's not an offensive foul. Bad call. 41-34.
Well, as much as Al Skinner might agree with you, Gus, the guys in the striped shirts thought otherwise, and so that's 4 fouls now, and that's something that Boston College is going to have to deal with.
Those guys can be wrong, Dan.
Yes, they can. There isn't any question.
Meanwhile, a whistle on the other end.
And I think they just got Ross. One of the things that concerned Al Skinner was the strength inside possessed by the Trojans. And you can see that that concern was justified. The Trojans doing a really nice job getting the BC inside people into foul trouble.
Ross picks up his first, 41-34. Agbai has 4. Beerbaum has 4 for the Eagles.
Ross is a young man who averages.
Here's Granville. Travels. 16 turnovers for the Trojans. Coming up next, Kentucky, Iowa. And some of you will see Stanford and St. Joe's out west. Bell along with Singletary, Harley, Walls, and Ross. Boston College struggling from the field over the last 8:50. But Troy Bell trying to answer, and he's fouled behind the three-point line. And that's the 4th on Scalabrini.
One of the things that Boston College has been able to do is get Troy Bell open, and Scalabrini just steps a little too far at 6'9". All he's got to do is get over there and get his hand up. And instead he moved into Bell.
Troy Bell, an 85% free throw shooter. Misses the first. 4 of 6 from the line tonight.
Scalabrini has been an important part of the Southern California game. And remember, when he went out is when Boston College went on that big run.
Now Jarvis Turner comes back in as Scalabrini takes a seat. $16 points for Troy Bell.
Boston College has to find some other guys to produce some offense, though.
Here's that trap. Granville to Clancy. Over the line, leaves his feet. And they get it back to Granville.
Trap has been effective when Boston College has been able to set it.
Inside, Clancy, great catch.
And now with both Agbai and Beerbaum on the bench, look for the Trojans to be punching it inside every opportunity they get, even when they force it, such as that time.
Third foul on Walls. Beerbaum on the bench. 41-36. Ryan Sidney has a tender knee. And a 30-second timeout called by the Trojans. 14:27 to go, second half of play. 41-36 SC.
At Enterprise Rent-A-Car, when you call us, we don't just pick up the phone. We pick you up.
Right here.
This is great.
Thank you.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
You think football is fun?
Yes, no.
Not anymore, though, is it?
Zero fun, sir.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game.
Remember the Titans.
We are team.
Available to own on video and Disney DVD Tuesday, March 20th.
This week, the madness hits the Late Show. Monday, catch Alicia from Survivor. Tuesday, it's Paul Simon. And Wednesday, don't miss brand new stand-up from the one and only Jerry Seinfeld. This week on Dave, only on CBS. 14:26 to go here in the second half of play. 41-36. USC on top of Boston College. SC a 6, Boston College a 3. Inside, knocked away, stolen by the Eagles. 17 turnovers tonight. Troy Bell, the stop and start, wraps it around. Singletary hits.
Gus, and that's one of those baskets in transition that the Eagles have struggled to get today.
Granville to Turner. Now Granville steps up and buries it.
Boy, that ball's going out of his hands, and I'm thinking, why in the world would he be shooting that one? That was a deep, deep three.
Fearless. Brandon Granville at 14 against Oklahoma State. And the lead back up to 44-38. Eagles have trailed by as many as 14 in the first half of play.
And they've really struggled in the half court, and here they are trying to run the half court offense again, very nearly throw it away.
Panier gets a hand on it.
Now, SC has been much better in the half court, but this is no half court there. They beat the press. He pulls out 4 feet beyond the three-point line and just nails it.
SC hotter than cayenne pepper from the field. 57% shooting. Loose ball, tapped around, and a foul. Looks like Ross is second.
The domination on the boards has been a big factor, and once Clancy gets that ball, you're just not going to take it away from him. And Ross not only knocks the ball out, but he knocks Clancy down. Clancy at the line for 1-and-1, but it's been an adventure for Sam so far today.
Sam 0 for 6 from the line. He comes into this tournament shooting 68% from the free throw line. And he gets his first one of the game. But he's gotten better at the line over his career. Shot 47% as a freshman, 59 as a sophomore. Second one short. Sidney with the rebound. Now Sidney to Ross. He draws the foul.
Boston College now in transition. This is a good job. The penetration, not with the dribble, but with the pass before the SC defense can get set to draw the foul. Boston College looking for more plays like that one.
Luthenthal gets his first foul as Brian Ross steps to the line. Started his first couple of years, but has had some problems with the back. Forced to come off the bench this season.
Only averages about 9 minutes a game for Boston College, so he's being asked to play some significant minutes. And there's a lane violation by Ryan Sidney. You're not allowed to step into the lane until the shooter releases the ball. And the guy you want to watch is Ryan Sidney. Steps in right there from the right side of your screen. You can see Ross still has the ball.
SC up by 6. Granville breaks the press all by himself. Straight to the basket in the corner. Blumenthal sets. It's short. Singletary snatches it down.
Sometimes it's just getting the game going a little quicker. You don't necessarily need to steal the ball on that press.
Now Bell. In and out. Clancy goes up high and snatches down his 10th rebound.
And he has been very impressive now for 2 consecutive games. And he gets anywhere near that ball, it's his.
Look at the rebounding, 32-16.
And for all that, Boston College is only down 6.
And on the season, SC a +2 on the rebounding side. Clancy picks up the foul. His 3rd.
And Ross, at 6'8", 240, knows that he may as well go in the game and be as physical as he can be. And he's got position in there. Clancy just backs right into him. That's exactly what the rules are designed to address. That once he establishes that position, he's entitled to it. Clancy simply cannot push him out.
Sidney thinking about it, lets it fly. Rebounded inside by Trepanier.
Not a good decision. Just because you're standing there with the ball, Gus, and you hear the crowd sort of get excited. Boston College needs to move the ball in the half court, give them a better chance for offensive rebounds if they miss.
Granville to Trepanier and hits a 3 for Jeff Trepanier. He has 14. USC 4 of 10 from downtown. Bell the other way. Wild shot. And Turner comes up with the board.
The Trojans doing an excellent job helping out on the penetration, but Boston College is trying to take it all the way to the basket. They need to penetrate, draw the defense, and then stop and get jump shots.
Traveling up top. Timeout on the floor, 11:29 to go here in the second half of play. Everything going well for USC.
This is the all-new Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. And the 2001 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
I hate thinking about money. So now that my paintings are starting to sell, I'm planning to put mine with Fidelity Investments.
We have something called the Fidelity Funds Manager Program.
Basically, they'll manage a portfolio of mutual funds for me, according to my goals. It'll be like autopilot for my investment. If I'm going to let anyone manage my portfolio of mutual funds, it's going to be Fidelity.
Leave all the work and the worry to us.
Let the people who know what they're doing do it.
Fidelity Funds Manager Program. To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
Faster, more reliable, more profitable. With Nortel Networks, the internet can be whatever you need it to be. No matter who you are or where you are. So tell us,
Come together
what do you want the internet to be?
right now over me.
It's all come down to this. 14 seconds left on the clock. No timeout. Down by 3. Bennett crosses half court.
Tostitos?
Traffic. He goes to pass the ball and takes it back outside the board. Pulls up with a jumper.
The exhilarating taste of Tostitos spicy quesadilla tortilla chips. It's fun for everyone. Dig in, kick back. Tostitos.
Attention Survivor fans. Wednesday, if you missed any of America's most watched show, here's your chance to catch up.
Every man for himself.
Survivor on a special night, CBS Wednesday.
Test your knowledge of tournament trivia and participate in live polls through this interactive telecast available on Ultimate TV. And the tournament summary: Duke into the Sweet 16, the Big Ten 4-3, the Big East 4-1. And look at the number 1 seeds and number 3 seeds, 5-0.
And the Pac-10 looking pretty good, not only overall in the tournament, but here today as Southern Cal has really done a nice job controlling the tempo and the pace of this game.
Inside Singletary, blocked, but fouled.
And Boston College really can't get anything going to the basket. They get the ball close and then go to shoot it. That time, Turner is there. Granville picks up the foul low, his 4th. And he's the primary ball handler for USC, so that could be a factor.
With 11:18 to play here in the second half. Singletary with 5 points. In the top 10 in the nation when he played at Howard University, transferred when his coach, Mike McLeese, was fired. McLeese is high school coach as well at DC Dunbar.
Gus, you get the idea that if Boston College is going to make a run, they got to do it soon.
Bluthenthal ahead of the field.
Ross is playing back on the press, and if you're the last guy on the press, the cardinal sin is letting them throw the ball over your head, and that's what Ross did. But again, he doesn't play very many minutes.
Inside Bell. Nice look. Troy Bell with 18 now. 7-point lead for the Trojans. Now Granville. Quickly into the front court.
There's a lot of time left in the game, Gus, but the pace of this game right now really favors Southern Cal, and you have to figure that Boston College, even if they've got to gamble and maybe give up some easy baskets, they've got to change the pace of the game.
Ross with the rebound. Now Harley turns. Singletary steps out. Ross rebounds. Out of bounds. Boston College holds on.
Gus, now, a couple of possessions ago, watch Brian Ross move up and allow himself to be beaten backdoor. When you're the guy playing that last slot, you don't go for that fake. You cannot allow them to throw it over your head.
Inside, Agbai, and yes. Yuka Agbai with 6. 5-point game.
Agbai with 6 points, but keep in mind, he's got 4 fouls.
USC led by 4 at halftime.
Nothing there on the press, so Granville going to back it out, and USC going to try to play in the half court.
Clancy knocked away. Now Kenny Harley. Bumped from behind by Trepagnier. His second.
That play really took too long to develop. Bluthenthal looks and looks, and that gives Harley a chance to cut in there. Trepagnier was open in the corner, but Bluthenthal.
And they throw it away. Wow. Xavier Singletary and Ryan Sidney not on the same page. Sidney broke to the basket, and Singletary whizzed it right out of bounds. 11 turnovers for the Eagles. SC has turned it over 20 times.
Here's the pressure again. Boy, Sidney just not watching. You can see Singletary just shaking his head. And you wonder where Sidney's going. The thing there is to get the ball in bounds.
Harley picks up his second. And Brandon Granville at the line. Gets the first. Brandon went over the 1,000-point mark versus Oklahoma State, the 25th Trojan, to score 1,000 points. Clancy, Scalabrini have already done it. Second one good. 7 points for Granville, all coming in the second half of play. Scalabrini sitting on the bench.
Scalabrini is going to be a valuable guy if Boston College can get this pressure turned up. So if Boston College gets a couple of turnovers in a row, expect Scalabrini to come back in the game. Too much dribbling against the half-court defense right here. You've got to get yourself moving and get the ball moving.
Bell stripped. Granville throws it ahead. Here comes Trepanier. Another reverse jam. USC showing the flair for the dramatic here in Uniondale. 16 points for Jeff Trepanier.
And Boston College hanging their heads a little bit right now.
BC 27-4. Harley, ball fake. Strip. Out of bounds, Turner.
When you do a lot of dribbling, it allows defenders to come and help out. Bell just loses that dribble. What a great job by Granville to just throw the ball down the court. He knows Trepanier is down there.
Troy Bell off the heel. Harley with the rebound. Now Singletary turns. Can't keep it down.
Now, if you're Boston College, things have not been going very well for you right at the moment, but now you've got to pick it up on the defensive end. Bell picks up the foul.
So Granville will shoot 1 and 1. 9 team fouls against Boston College. One more, and USC will shoot 2. And the little guy having a big effect on this game. 6 assists to go along with his 7 points.
And on the year, Gus, he gets to the free throw line a lot, and that's because he handles the ball so much. Turned it over a couple times today, but for the most part, he's been very good.
He shoots 79%. Free throw shooting this half. Second one good.
And Gus, again, I'll say it, Boston College really looking for a run right now. They seem to be a bit discouraged. There's plenty of time left in the game, but they've got to start playing with a little more intensity.
But for BC, they cannot get it to fall from the perimeter. Largest lead of the second half for the Trojans.
USC now matching up in a zone defense. It's been very difficult for Boston College to figure out what's going on. They're doing a lot of drive into the basket just like that, and USC continues to block them away.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Bill Kelly just rewrote his will. To his wife, he'll leave 2 homes and his investment portfolio. He'll leave other assets to his children. All his beneficiaries are here. All except the IRS, who could get 2/3 of everything. See how we earn it. Solomon Smith Barney.
Express.
Well, if we need to do that, we can do that.
What was he thinking?
National TV.
We'll rebuild our infrastructure in 6 months.
He might as well have said we could build infrastructure for the whole country. Right. To do that, we can do that.
We can build an infrastructure for the whole planet.
make that kind of commitment. Oh, let's get behind it. Let's get fired up. We did it!
Infrastructure. We actually can do it.
This is Janice. How can I help you, Mr. Walker?
Yes, hi. I was having a bad day today. I decided that I was going to get in my car and, take a drive. Anyway, I took a wrong turn.
Relax. We'll get you home.
Impala LS with 200 horsepower and, fortunately, OnStar. Chevy Impala. We'll be there.
56-45, SC with its largest lead of the second half of play, and the little man is really controlling the tempo of this game. Brandon Granville, 9 points, all coming in the second half. He has 6 assists, and he is orchestrating extremely well for this Trojan squad.
And here Boston College again. They've got to be able to attack the half-court defense, and that's something they have not been effective in doing today. Wow.
Troy Bell.
Good heavens.
Wow. But that's not what you want if you're Al Skinner. Troy Bell pulling up from nearby Roosevelt, Long Island. Now Granville the other way. The kick. Granville takes it himself. Short. Blumenthal with the rebound. He can't get it to fall.
And now Boston College wants to push.
Al Singletary in transition to Bell. And a blocking foul called inside.
Boston College looking for something positive on the offensive end. And my goodness, he is out by the symbol in half court.
And a big foul called against USC. Brandon Granville has fouled out with 7:06 to go in the second half of play. He leaves with 9 points and 6 assists.
And it's a very difficult foul, but Troy Bell continues to be aggressive. Granville's actually trying to get out of the way, but doesn't accomplish it. Now, how important is this? That young man plays 35 minutes a game, is the primary ball handler for USC. And let's see now if in the last 7:06 the Boston College pressure can have a greater impact.
Robert Hutchinson replaces him, a JUCO transfer. And Troy Bell gets the first to go. Bell with 22 points. Here's Dwayne Ballin.
Gus, in the previous 4 games this season that Brandon Granville has fouled out, Southern Cal has lost.
All right, 6-point lead now for the Trojans. Hutchinson stripped out of bounds.
Gus, and Boston College was looking for something to turn it around, and now suddenly they smell a little bit of blood here because they know how valuable Granville is.
From the wing, Singletary in and out. Clancy with his 11th rebound and a foul.
Trepanier gets called for an elbowing foul, and it's Troy Bell that he knocks down. This is a tough one on Trepanier. I don't know that he even sees Troy Bell. He just gets tangled up and gets the foul. Wow.
Trepanier is third. So Troy Bell, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Cuts it to 5.
Gusson, he's got 24 of the 51 Boston College points. No surprise, though. Look at those numbers.
Second one good. 7-0 run for the Eagles. And they set up that press. Clancy. And another foul. This one called against Boston College. And the officials starting to take over the game. And the problem is they haven't been consistent. The game has changed here in the second half of play.
Bell needs to wait till Clancy comes down with that ball. He clearly rakes him across the wrist right there, but Clancy, if he's going to dribble the ball, that's the time for Bell to go and get it.
So Clancy, 1 of 8 from the stripe. Southern California as a team, 14 of 24 from the free throw line. That's 33%.
And now Scalabrini comes back in the game. Scalabrini, an excellent passer, but keep in mind, he's got 4 fouls as well. They're going to need Scalabrini against this pressure, particularly without Granville.
Second one good. 57-52.
Well, now Boston College has to be patient against the half-court defense. They don't want to rush. Guys in foul trouble on the inside, they can afford to attack.
SC playing man-to-man. Singletary. Sidney. Agbai across the lane. The jump hook rims out. Batted around. Clancy with those big hands. Picks it up.
Well, now you got to dig in again if you're Boston College.
Now Hutchinson.
Looking for a stop. Man-to-man.
And Hutchinson loses it. Sidney picks it up. Too much dribbling.
Boy, a tough situation for Hutchinson, though, coming in off the bench. And Boston College really is all over him pressure-wise.
Scalabrini, that will be a 10-second violation. USC unraveling with their leader on the bench, Brandon Granville.
That's just a great job by Sidney to knock the ball away, and then he's able to get down to convert it, and he's happy about it.
Agbai. Singletary. Inside. Harley with the rebound and stick back. And the Eagles are within 1.
Justin, you get a couple of steals off that press, and the press gets better and better and better as the guys get more aggressive.
Hutchinson. He backs it up. Now Scalabrini. Clancy. A reach-in foul against Singletary.
Boston College so successful yesterday on the offensive boards. Not much to do there today, but in a big situation, Kenny Harley gets it and gets it to go, and the reaction, much like you would expect, Boston College just senses this thing turning around.
So Clancy 2 of 10 from the line.
Granville rooting his guys on.
Fouled out with 7 minutes to go. 5:13 to go now. Singletary with 2 fouls. Clancy sinks them both.
For Boston College, the temptation is to try to get everything back at once. Remember, Scalabrini's got 4 fouls. You can go inside. You don't need to settle for the long outside shot early in the possession.
Troy Bell, short, rebounded inside by Agbai. But a whistle.
Lost it out of bounds. Agbai dribbled it on the baseline.
But BC sets up the full court press once again. They look long. Trepagnier over the shoulder, can't hold on, and he knocks it out of bounds.
Almost another example of getting the ball thrown over your head, but Agbai just where he needs to be. Trepagnier not able to hang on and knocks the ball out of bounds. Agbai as close as you can be without getting beaten on that play.
Southern Cal has turned it over 24 times.
But the Trojans continue to be effective in this half-court defense, man-to-man right at the moment.
Agbai takes it himself and draws the foul.
And that's against Clancy, a non-shooting foul. That's 4 personal fouls on Clancy.
Hey, America, Survivors on this Wednesday. Don't miss America's most watched show, Survivor, on a special night Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on CBS. Yuka Agbai, sophomore from Queens, New York, gets the first to go, a 67% free throw shooter. 7 points tonight.
4 fouls on Clancy, 4 fouls on Scalabrini.
Second one good as well. 1-point game. And Boston College can feel it right now. Ahead of the field, Blumenthal all by himself. Great pass by Scalabrini.
And that is a big, big play. Once again, Boston College allows the ball to be thrown over their heads. Scalabrini so dangerous with his passing ability.
18 points for Blumenthal. Now Agbai from 20. Yuka Agbai now with 10 points. And it's a 1-point game again. Blumenthal. Scalabrini finds Trepanier, who's fouled.
That's Troy Bell. Al Skinner wants his guys to be aggressive on defense, but again, in this situation, you cannot allow the ball to be thrown over your head. You got to make the guys catch it in front of you. Granville, obviously very pleased with the result of the play.
And Granville reduced to cheerleading status. 4th foul called on Troy Bell with 3:51 to go. And Trepanier.
A lot of key guys in this game have 4 fouls. Bell played 7 minutes of the game on Thursday with 4 personal fouls.
Trepanier sinks a pair. 3-point lead.
Feeling a little nervous about getting on the bus?
Yeah, I don't want to go.
You have to go to school.
I don't know if I want to go, though.
That'll be fun.
I want to hang out with you.
Girls' first day. Be nice. First days are always a little scary.
I'm going to miss you.
It's gonna be a bride. Chevy Malibu. It's dependable. Just like you. Chevy Malibu. We'll be there.
Announcing Singular, the wireless company that believes in the value of self-expression.
Spin, spin, spin the globe. It's your turn to spin the globe. Spin it, spin it, spin it.
Why don't you get us something to cool this fire down?
I got just the thing. I got 2 logs for that fire.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
That's not that bad.
Looking after your wife's dad for the day is no problem.
Easy, I'm not a martini.
Unless you happen to lose them. An all-new King of Queens, CBS Monday.
Take a look at the foul trouble. Granville's out for SC. 2 others with 4. BC has 3 players with 4 fouls. Walls and Sidney with 3. Al Skinner played high school ball 10 minutes away from this building in Malvern.
Gus, now I'd say he has a concerned look on his face, except he looks that way all the
time.
All
the time, exactly.
And again, Clancy with 4 fouls, Scalabrini with 4 fouls. Now Bell's got to be careful he doesn't get an offensive foul for his 5th, but there's Trepanier picking up his 4th foul. That's a pretty good cut block, though. Troy Bell, a guy who's been very active with the basketball. Trepanier looking to try to draw the foul. Got himself in trouble there with a little flop running into that screen, and Bell taking advantage, falling right over top of him. BC now 20 of 24 from the free throw line, Gus.
Second one good for Troy Bell as well.
And how many times is that now that Boston College has cut the lead to 1, but every time thus far, Southern California has had the answer.
Scalabrini cross court to Blumenthal.
What Trepanier thought about it.
63-62. Hutchinson picks up his dribble. Now Scalabrini. Tipped away. Holly with a hand on it.
Mistake by Scalabrini. He left his feet.
Last BC lead 30-29. They can take it right here.
That's where you want the ball, in the hands of Troy Bell, getting things set. 15 left on the shot clock.
Here's Bell, low dribble. Shake and bake to the bucket, double clutch. And the Boston College Eagles have taken the lead. Troy Bell with 29. Here's Blumenthal. 2:22 to go. The winner advancing to the Sweet 16.
Sidney doing a good job pressuring the ball when Hutchinson's got it.
Clancy forces it up and banks it home.
What a great shot by Clancy.
12 points for Sam Clancy. 65-64. Southern California. Now Bell. Cut off by Trepanier. Harley kicks it out, and it's last touched by Hutchinson. .145 to go in the second half of play. USC on top of Boston College 65-64. Timeout on the floor.
Ah, infinite possibilities. Kind of like when you first got the internet. But now, slow logons and disconnects are really holding you back. Free yourself with the AT&T 7/7 offer and get unlimited internet access and long distance together. Only $7 a month gives you AT&T WorldNet service with the fastest logon times and better connections. Plus 7 cents a minute long distance all day, every day. Call now for the AT&T 7/7 offer.
Troy Bell is the guy who's carried Boston College all evening long. This time he drives past 3 guys with 4 fouls. The BC reaction very positive, but then Southern Cal has a reaction as well as Clancy takes it down inside, operating against Agbai with 4 fouls, makes the tough banker.
A look at the game reset. Both teams in the double bonus. Possession arrow favors Southern Cal. Troy Bell tipped. Receives it again, 7 to shoot. Sidney off the back rim, tapped by Agbai, and Hutchinson comes down with the rebound.
Boy, good defensive stand by the Trojans.
Scalabrini, Hutchinson bringing it up the floor, and Henry Bibby wants a timeout.
Kevin, I'm going out. Remember, when the guy comes to fix the dryer, tell him it doesn't dry. If your mother calls, find out what flight she's on, otherwise we won't know where to meet her. Dinner's in the oven. Turn it on at 5.
Eat a Wendy's honey ham and chicken sandwich and something happens. That delicious combination of a whole breast filet, honey ham, and creamy Dijon sauce makes it difficult to pay attention to anything else.
And I told the neighbor you'd feed their cats. If you have a minute, honey, the back door's stuck open.
Come in.
Wendy's honey ham and chicken.
Lunch, anyone?
She just doesn't understand me.
What's to understand? I mean, what is that, Michael?
Is that what you think I sound like?
Mr. Doyle, do you use a cellular phone? What's come between you two is static. Here, Sprint PCS built the only all-digital, all-PCS nationwide network, so your calls are clear.
Thank you. Sprint PCS, 1,200 minutes, all with nationwide long distance.
The CBS Sports Line stat of the game. Turnovers. SC has had problems holding on to the ball. For complete tournament coverage, go to cbs.sportsline.com. And on those 26 turnovers, BC has accumulated 28 points off turnovers.
Gus, USC with the same kind of domination, though, on the boards, and there Sydney picks up a foul.
So Hutchinson will shoot 2.
57% free throw shooter, has not been to the line very often.
Robert Hutchinson from Albany, Georgia, is 4 of 7 from the free throw line this season. He's got 2 huge ones right here. Troy Bell checks back in. Walls takes a seat.
You want Troy Bell in there for the offense. You don't want him to risk that 4th foul. Or 5th foul, excuse me. He's already got 4.
Hutchinson perfect from the line. 67-64, 1:16 to play.
And now, if you're BC, this is an almost must-score situation. You don't need a 3.
Now Bell quickly to the bucket. Bell leads in, no. Hutchinson scoops it up. Lead pass, Clancy. Watch out. SC 58 seconds away from the Sweet 16. And Singletary trapped on the sideline. Timeout, Boston College.
Mom, Dad, remember how my rent was earning me airline miles?
Yeah, that rewards program?
Scrap it. I'm not going anywhere. Mark. What I want now is merchandise, preferably brand name, and I've been kicking some numbers around. I've already earned the television. That's going upstairs. Give me a hand with this, Dad, please. Dad.
You want brand name merchandise?
Yeah.
What does this look like, a Holiday Inn?
Points, miles, or merchandise. Holiday Inn gives you more, and more is better.
Troy Bell already with 29 points, looking to get it to the basket, tries to slide through, doesn't quite get it done, and here Hutchinson comes out with it, and Sam Clancy on the run down the court. Granville and Bibby certainly very happy over on the USC bench. Now, all is not lost for Boston College. There's still 53.7 seconds left. They've got 30 seconds on the shot clock. Al Skinner wants his guys to get a quick hoop, though.
Sydney inbounding. Singletary wide open. No. And a foul on the rebound against Clancy.
Boston College has really had problems shooting the ball from beyond the three-point arc the whole game. This is a wide open look. The Eagles now 5 of 21 from out there. Clancy coming over Harley's back and picking up his 5th foul. That's now 15 offensive rebounds in the game for Boston College.
So for this USC team, after the free throws, they have to get the ball inbounds, take care of the basketball. 26 turnovers for Southern California. 2 of their best players have fouled out, Brandon Glanville and Sam Clancy. So on the floor comes Scalabrini, Bluthenthal, Hutchinson, Trepanier, and Tyler Murphy, a senior from LA. to see his first action.
And now these free throws become very important for Boston College. You go for the steal, and if you don't get it, you foul right away.
Harley, a 62% free throw shooter. Oh, and he gets the first to go. The bracket in the East, the winner to face the winner of Iowa, Kentucky in the Sweet 16. Second one good for Harley.
Now you just try to get the foul right away. You'd like to either foul Hutchinson or Murphy if you could.
Luthenthal, and they don't foul. Scalabrini almost traveled. Sidney forces a turnover. 40 seconds to go. Sidney. The basket does not count. A 30-second timeout called by Boston College. 37.8 to go. A 3-point USC lead.
It's very late. Time is running out. The clock is ticking down. But this is no basketball game. You have a paper due. Introducing Questia.com, the online library where you can access entire books for all your research. Save time with automatic footnote and bibliography tools. Stop sweating. Questia.com. Write better papers faster. Register now for a free one-week trial at Questia.com.
69-66. USC leads Boston College. The game reset. Both teams in the double bonus. 2 timeouts remaining for the Eagles, 1 for the Trojans. The possession arrow in the favor of the Trojans. Here's Singletary inbounding on the baseline. Looking at by all alone with the jam. And it's a 1-point game. 36.8 to go. And a foul. A foul called against Kenny Harley. But it's not a bad foul.
Gus, it is not a bad foul at all. You put a guy on the free throw line who's only been on the line 9 times all year, and no time runs off the clock. Harley, number 13, trying to keep the ball from getting into Hutchinson. And now the inbound play, Murphy just loses Agbai coming down the lane. What a tough spot for Hutchinson.
He'll remember this moment for the rest of his life. 2 big free throws. First one is pure. Second one in as well.
Gus, they're down 3. You still do not need a 3 in this situation. Push the ball up and get a quick hoop.
Hutchinson picking up Bell. Here comes a double. Bell rises for 3. Off the front rim, no. And by rebound, taken away and knocked out of bounds. With 25.6 to go. Shot clock turned off. Scalabrini guards the ball. Bell, inside, left hand, short. Gets his own rebound, jump ball, and it goes the Trojans' way.
Boy, Troy Bell gets the ball down inside. You got to give Trepanier a lot of credit. The bench certainly happy. Granville sitting with his back to the court. He fouled out, seems like an age ago.
But SC has to get it inbounds. They've turned it over 27 times. Scalabrini calls a timeout. That'll be the last timeout for the Trojans.
Through this company's website, there is a customer who buys kung fu films and Civil War documentaries. But today, the customer's package includes music as sung by a large, colorful dinosaur. The website software quietly updates its records to anticipate the next purchase. The software is not perplexed by the inconsistencies in the customer's taste. Always perceptive and never puzzled. Enterprise software from Microsoft.
Troy Bell looking for the three-pointer to tie the game, and Hutchinson, who just made some big free throws, does a nice job forcing Bell to change the shot. And then Agbai with the rebound, and that's Trepanier knocking it away.
So they want a foul. Trepanier, a 55% free throw shooter. No more timeouts. Here's Blumenthal holding Scalabrini. Back to Blumenthal. Time wasting. Blumenthal splitting the defense and draws the foul with 16.2 to go. So Sidney called for the foul, and what a dangerous play. Blumenthal bringing it up the floor. First one good.
And that's the big one. That makes it a 2-possession game.
Well, barring a 4-point play, and we've seen that before. So it's still a 1-possession game. This one will definitely make it a 2-possession game. And he gets it. USC with the eye of the tiger. 16.2 to go.
Wall's coming in the game. BC looking for threes now. Got to hurry.
Here's Troy Bell on the move. Bell takes a three. And hits! Troy Bell with 9.7 to go. Timeout, Boston College.
Troy Bell just rises up this time. A nice on-balance shot. He's not forced to double clutch in the air and just nails it. Wow.
I tell you what, this kid has ice water in his veins, calm and cool. And Boston College refusing to die, 73-71.
And now, Gus, you're in a situation, keep in mind that USC has no timeouts remaining. So Boston College really wants to clamp down and see if they can force the 5-second call before SC can get it in bounds.
Bell with a career-high 32 points. The game reset, 9.7 to play. A lot of time, 73-71. Scalabrini to inbound. Hutchinson, he's fouled. Hutchinson will go to the line, 4 for 4. USC on the night, 25 of 35 from the stripe. First rolls off. So Boston College, if they rebound, will have a chance.
That's a huge if, Gus. And Henry Bibby is telling his guys to get up and get on Troy Bell.
Troy Bell's got that look in his eye. Second one in.
Well, now they need a three.
7.5. Here comes the Big East Co-Player of the Year. Harley down the lane. The runner, no. Bell, the fire, no. And that's it. USC pulls off the upset. 74-71. And they are headed for Philly and the Sweet 16.
Gus, the big key to this play right here is Troy Bell gives up the ball. Hutchinson runs at him. Bell gives up the ball. Now Harley, for some reason, takes the ball to the basket. Bell goes for the dunk. They need to tip it out. They needed a three. Here, Harley takes the ball to the basket. Can't beat you with a two. Bell goes for the dunk. They need to tip it back for the three.
And the USC bench celebrates. Their season continues. A different story for Boston College. It looked as if they were unaware of what the score was. They needed a three. And Henry Bibby will lead his team into Philly to take on the winner of our next game, Iowa and Kentucky. The Chevrolet most